Ladies and gentlemen, let us dive into the captivating tale of the man who kept us awake, a narrative that dates back to the year 2017 when Dr. Matthew, a distinguished sleep expert, proclaimed that staying up late isn't a sin, it's in our DNA. Only 40% of us are natural early risers, while 30% are night owls. We no longer need to feel guilty about staying up past midnight. But throughout human history, there have been three remarkable figures who helped us stay up late and revel in the nocturnal allure. Two of them are the shrewd businessman Thomas Edison and the visionary genius Nikola Tesla. But who is the third enigmatic figure? Imagine a magical moment where LED lights and gigantic screens inexplicably appeared, sparking a silent revolution in our nightlife. This story begins with the earliest dreams of staying up late, way back in time. We'll embark on a journey back 7,300 years to a dilapidated wooden house where archaeologists unearthed the oldest known candle, an exquisite block of mushrooms. These ancient folks must have been quite the connoisseurs, burning rare, millennium-old ZHI mushrooms just to stay up late. Fast forward 5,000 years, and we find ourselves in the subterranean palace of Emperor Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of Qin. Historian Sima Qian mentions an eternal lamp made from mermaid oil. Whether it was soybean oil, beef tallow, or mermaid fat, even the mightiest Qin Shi Huang couldn't escape the smoky predicament. Now we fast forward to a 1300-year period of stasis before the 1300s when Italians refined beeswax to create luxurious yellow candles that burn for 1 to 3 hours. These candles, paired with intricate chandeliers, ushered in a new era of opulent nightlife for European nobility. They partied until dawn, held masquerade balls, and reveled in the fashion of wigs and syphilis. For centuries later, Westerners discovered a way to cut candle costs using whale blubber, a practice that nearly decimated whale populations. Thankfully, in 1825, two French chemists invented a method to refine paraffin from petroleum, making paraffin candles remarkably affordable. But the British had a different plan. They extracted natural gas from coal oil, then distributed it through pipelines to every home. Thus, cities that never sleep like London and Paris were born, and gas companies became the high-tech giants of their time. However, fierce competition led to poor gas quality, causing numerous accidents and fires. Enter Thomas Edison, who revolutionized the world with the invention of the bulb. While his initial patent for a light bulb wasn't for a tungsten filament, but a carbon filament, bought from the widow of its inventor, Edison successfully lobbied investors. He promised massive profits from electricity and secured backing from the powerful Morgan family. On the last night of 1879, over 3,000 socialites, industry experts, and journalists gathered in a dark field for Edison's demonstration. When Edison flicked the switch, they witnessed the brightest night ever seen. Thus, the era of staying up late with electric light dawned. Edison's light bulbs were cheap, costing $1.10 to produce but sold for just 40 cents. But what good were light bulbs without a power system? So, Edison's company provided full installation, maintenance, and a large direct current generator that could power an area of 800 meters, ideal for a noble estate. Although the light bulbs were safe, the electricity remained under Edison's control, making him incredibly wealthy. One of his experimenters, however, had a different idea. This man was Nikola Tesla, who had once been Edison's fan. After joining Edison's company, Tesla fixed a ship's generator and designed a newer clamp technology, quickly standing out. He presented his alternating current (AC) plans to Edison, arguing that AC could transmit electricity over much greater distances, lighting entire cities. But Edison, with his 800-meter DC model, dismissed Tesla's ideas. He offered Tesla a $50,000 bonus if he could improve the DC generator. Tesla worked tirelessly for 10 months, designing 20 new models that brought in millions of dollars for Edison's company. When Tesla asked for his bonus, Edison laughed it off as a joke. Tesla left, and soon after, Edison faced trouble. Westinghouse Electric, a company using Tesla's AC technology, built 60 power stations in just 1 year, while Edison's efforts over 5 years yielded only 100. Westinghouse's AC stations could supply power for 20 kilometers, far surpassing Edison's 800 meters. After leaving Edison, Tesla joined forces with George Westinghouse, determined to bring affordable AC power to the masses. In 1893, Tesla and Westinghouse built the world's first large-scale hydroelectric plant at Niagara Falls, transmitting AC power 35 kilometers to the city of Buffalo, which stayed awake all night. Tesla then announced his intention to leave and work on wireless communication, dreaming of a future where everyone could enjoy free, unlimited power. Suffice it to say, Edison lost both the legal battle over current and control of his company. After being ousted, the company's engineers founded General Electric, which recognized that incandescent bulbs were only to 6% efficient, wasting most energy as heat. Tesla won the battle, but the quest for better lighting continued. In 1906, General Electric acquired the tungsten filament patent and began mass production. In 1938, they invented fluorescent lamps, and in 1962, red LEDs with 50–70% efficiency. Green LEDs followed, and the world realized that this tiny LED was a treasure, capable of transforming everything. The missing piece was the blue LED. With red, green, and blue LEDs, white light could be produced, and with white light anything was possible. Countless top electronics companies, including IBM, 3M, and Bell Labs, among others, were unable to claim the trillion-dollar pie of blue LED technology. Then, in 1993, a shocking news came from a small town in Japan. Exactly 100 years after Tesla illuminated Buffalo, a small Japanese company announced that they had developed a blue LED. How could this be? Countless transoceanic calls were made to this small factory. This was when our third mysterious figure, an ordinary researcher named Shuji Nakamura, appeared on the world stage. Some say Nakamura's success was due to having a supportive boss, just like Tesla did. Others argue that despite changing the world and winning a Nobel Prize, Nakamura received only a 20,000 yen, about $130 bonus from his company, leading for colleagues to dub him Slave Nakamura. So, what is the true story of Shuji Nakamura? Let's start with the tale of his boss, who had a keen eye for talent. The boss, named Nobuo Ogawa, graduated from the medical school of Tokushima University unserved as a pharmacist during the Solomon Islands campaign in World War II. Almost all soldiers perished, but he survived. He claimed to have seen an incredible blue light in a USB-OW camp, which was the fluorescent lamp invented by General Electric. Determined to create such a light, Ogawa applied for the patent rights for fluorescent lamps from GE after the war. He made his first fortune by manufacturing and selling fluorescent lamps and founded Nichia Chemical in his hometown of Tokushima. In 1979, a graduate student's resume, Shuji Nakamura, landed on Ogawa's desk. Who was this Nakamura, and why would a graduate student apply to a small company for a research position? The R&D department at Nichia Chemical had only 3 people, including Ogawa himself. Ogawa was puzzled by Nakamura, but Nakamura had a unique background. Nakamura was a slow learner in school, poor at sports, and forced into the volleyball club by his brother. However, he turned out to be a social butterfly, becoming class president year after year. Despite his social skills, Nakamura dreamed of becoming a physicist and inventor. Inspired by the cartoon Astro Boy while other kids wanted to be Astro Boy, Nakamura wanted to be the creator, Dr. Tenma. In high school, Nakamura's grades improved, but he still ranked near the bottom of his class. His teacher advised him to focus on his studies, but Nakamura, being the team captain, refused to abandon his teammates. This decision revealed his character, a reluctant student but a loyal friend. When it came time to choose a university, Nakamura chose to stay in Tokushima, attending the local university, which did not even have a physics department. In later interviews, Nakamura said that if he had not played volleyball, he would have been the top student. However, he believed that taking the easy path would make life less resilient. At Tokushima University, Nakamura excelled, particularly in a course on electronic engineering taught by Professor Osamu Tada, which introduced him to the blue LED. Nakamura became determined to develop the blue LED, even if it meant staying in Tokushima. In 1979, at age 25, Nakamura joined Nichia Chemical's R&D department. The company had only about 180 employees, mostly local farmers who sometimes left work for the harvest. Nichia Chemical primarily manufactured fluorescent materials, and Ogawa assigned Nakamura to work on gallium phosphide, a semiconductor material used in LEDs. When Nakamura heard gallium phosphide, his passion ignited. Despite a meager budget and working alone, Nakamura persevered. His friends questioned whether he was working for a legitimate company, and his equipment was often second-hand and prone to explosions. Colleagues initially checked on him after each explosion, but over time they grew accustomed to the frequent blasts. Over 6 years, Nakamura developed several products, none of which sold well. Colleagues criticized him, calling him a money pit. But Ogawa protected Nakamura, and one day Nakamura proposed a bold idea to develop a blue LED. Sony, Panasonic, and IBM had tried for decades without success. Even Monsanto had deemed the blue LED impossible for lighting, limiting its use to dashboard indicators and stereo buttons. Yet, Ogawa, seeing Nakamura's dedication, approved a 5 billion yen, 20% of Nichia's annual profit budget for the project. Nakamura then requested a machine in Florida, proposing a year-long study abroad. Despite skepticism, Ogawa agreed. In Florida, Nakamura faced language barriers and was treated as a technician. He spent 10 months repairing the machine, using it only a few times. During this period, Nakamura focused on gallium nitride, a less popular but theoretically feasible approach to blue LEDs. He humorously explained that he chose gallium nitride because fewer researchers were working on it, making it easier to publish papers and earn a PhD. Upon returning to Japan in 1988, Nakamura faced more challenges. In 1989, Ogawa stepped down, and his son-in-law, Eiji Gagawa, took over. The new management ordered Nakamura to stop his research, but he continued secretly. In 1991, Nakamura achieved a breakthrough, but the company demanded immediate commercialization. Nakamura, knowing the product was not ready, resisted, earning the label of the company Raider. Finally, in 1993, Nakamura completed the blue LED. The industry was stunned, and Nichia's revenue soared. However, Nakamura's salary barely increased, and he received only a 20,000 yen bonus. Foreign scholars dubbed him Slave Nakamura. In 1999, Nakamura left Nichia and moved to the US, where he worked as a professor and consultant. Nichia sued him for leaking trade secrets, but Nakamura countersued, eventually winning a 20 billion yen compensation, reduced to 8.4 billion yen in a settlement. In 2014, Nakamura, along with 2 other Japanese physicists, won the Nobel Prize for their contributions to blue LED technology. Today, blue LEDs are ubiquitous in phones, streetlights, and billboards, significantly reducing global carbon emissions. In 2022, Nakamura founded a company in California to develop nuclear fuel, aiming to build a 1,000-megawatt reactor by 2030. From ancient fire to Edison's and Tesla's electrical revolution to Nakamura's blue LED, the next step may be mastering controlled nuclear fusion. Perhaps this is the next chapter in humanity's journey from the cave to the stars. Thank you for your watching. See you next video.